In less than 24 hours, episode 8 of Raising Kanan season 3 airs, and we're officially seeing Raquel Thomas drop the name and just go by Rock. She's getting back into the game, and the streets want to know how is she going to do it. Well, we seen in the clip that dropped this week, she's going to be applying pressure to Snaps and Pops. She's going to Quan and putting the full court press on him to get that workout because she has 20 new restaurants. Now, Raquel Thomas, aka Rock, is on a different level at this point. We also know that she's going to be dealing with her brother Lulu, who's been running his mouth. So she has a lot on her plate. But one thing we've seen about Rock in the last 2 seasons is that it doesn't matter how much food is on the plate, Rock is always going to find a way to eat. On top of Rock finding her footing in the streets, Kanan is finding his also. If you remember, Crystal gave him a call up at the end of the last week's episode, and he went over there and they did what they did. Now, we're not too sure what happened behind closed doors, but knowing Kanan and how he was at the movie theater, it probably went down. Well, Crystal, she's making a move. And if you remember what their manager said, she wants somebody to step up. Now, this is going to cause a lot of friction between her, Jukebox, and Aisha because Kanan is supposed to be messing with Aisha. Jukebox wants Kanan to mess with Aisha, even though Jukebox likes Aisha. So we're going to see how this Bada thing works out because the girls do have a big performance coming up that they might just bomb unless they can all get on the same page. In the trailer, we seen Jukebox fighting somebody at the subway. It could be Crystal. We don't know who it is. But if it is Crystal, it's all because she told Jukebox, F you, she's going to do what she do. And we also got another photo of Jukebox in bed with Aisha. Not in bed like that, but just them getting closer. Because we always sensed that there was something closer between Jukebox and Aisha. And she was a little bit jealous that Kanan was talking to her. But now that Kanan played her off, this could push Jukebox a little bit closer to Aisha, which will really mess up this whole group because Crystal is now messing with Aisha's old, I don't know if you would call him lover, but old friend. As Crystal said, Pukebox and Jukebox are getting very, very close, and hopefully this episode we'll start to see what's actually wrong with her so we won't be assuming. Bulimic, food, eating disorder, pregnant, we're not for sure right now, but Jukebox is on her side, and we're starting to see that she's probably going to say, hey, Kanan did me dirty, and I like Kanan, and Jukebox is probably either going to open up to her and let her know, just like Jukebox opened up to Aisha, that group butter, it ain't working, and this toast that Gerald's girls are eating has no butter on it. And if you can look at Marvin's face and look at what Gerald is doing, Gerald is writing down information. He's probably asking questions. Now, is this about Dean? Is this about Unique missing? Is this about Tony Deep? We aren't sure, but this look on Marvin's face is telling us that whatever Gerald is talking about, even though Gerald's a junkie, he's still trying to do his job. Marvin isn't approving of this. Marvin doesn't want anything to do with having his name in a paper or article unless he's interviewing him about Jukebox and he says something disrespectful. I think this is going to probably be more personal towards Marvin and what's going on in the streets, and we know that Marvin doesn't do any snitching. With the clip dropping this week and Lulu taking out Scrap's mom, well, when Raquel pulls up to talk to Snap and tell him he can't be messing with her son as far as being in the streets, it looks like he's probably going to tell Kanan, listen, your mom came around here showing up. It's up to you to be a man. Are you going to be in the game and continue to make this money, or are you going to run back home to your mama? Basically putting that pressure on. And you know Ronnie's sitting right next to Kanan, so he's probably going to say, Kanan ain't going nowhere. He's in the game. And that's all Snaps wants is a little bit of reassurance. Now, I've always been pitting a little plan to have the cartel, Ronnie, Snaps, Kanan, versus Raquel and everything she got going on, Quan, the Asians, and the mob. And it looks like we might get that. But it also looks like Raquel is going to get some information to see if she can potentially take out Juliana in episode 8. And that's by going to ask Juliana's cousin, hey, do I have permission to get at Juliana? Do you know she's working behind your back with Ronnie, giving him bricks that you don't know about? Do you know she's working with a guy named Snaps, an infamous drug dealer / bank robber behind your back and cutting you out? You were the one that built this. We know the games that Rock play, and we know that in the theme songs it tells us it's all a part of the game. So Rock is putting some plays together, and this is the Rock that we've been waiting to see. I told you when we first started this video, she dropped Raquel, and she is officially back to being Rock. And right now, it looks like she might be getting that permission to go ahead and take out Juliana. It will be interesting to see how all of this plays out with Lulu on the verge of drinking himself to obliteration. Famous got a mixtape that he's trying to drop. Shirley wants to get the bar up and running. Without Lulu, none of these dreams can be made possible. So I want to see how this works. And if Lulu is going to be alive, is Rock going to make him lay low in order to keep him alive? Or are they going to have to get him about the city so no one takes him out? Because the information that he has and the way that he's drinking could potentially bring down the whole Thomas organization before Rock rebuilds it back up to where it needs to be. So maybe Lulu, less famous, record his first song outside of Streets Need a Body, and he's thinking that this is really him. Now the relationship between him and Kanan ain't been the same, and he's living with his mom, so it could be very dangerous out here. And you never want to walk around when you know that Ronnie is on the loose. So for Famous, this episode is gonna be very vital for him if he's trying to make it to the rest of the season. Record your mixtape. Don't come outside. Stay in the house and keep that gun protected, because if your mom finds it, I think she might turn it into the police, and that's going to be bad news for everybody in this Power universe. All right, there you go. In less than 24 hours, episode 8 is dropping. Let me know your predictions and your thoughts. What do you expect to see? Who's catching the body? Who's not making it out of episode 8 alive? Because we know that this is the part of the season where things start to heat up and we get all of the action. I'm Mode IJ. Make sure you tune in tonight for Are We Ready, where we piece together everything that we do know and we try to figure out what's going to happen tomorrow on Raising Kanan, episode 8. I'm on that road to 50,000 subscribers. If I said something to make you think, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.